Hey, my love, I'm gonna be really honest with you. It's probably not even how much money you're making, but your spending habits that you have that are keeping you broke. I know there was a time where you told yourself once you get this job and make more money that you would feel, secure in your financial situation. But look where you are not feeling secure in your financial situation. Habit number one that I know a lot of us do that should be stopped just for overconsumption purposes: buying new clothes for every trip or event. Listen, if you got a new concert every other week, a new trip every other week, you're going out here, you're going out there, you don't need to buy a new shirt, a new outfit, new shoes, a new bag to go with the outfit. Like, 9 times out of 10, if you really, really look through your closet, you can probably put together something nice. It's just knowing how to put it together in the first place. Also, when you do this, you end up only wearing that thing once, or you only end up wearing that thing for that event. I don't feel like this is a bad one to do sometimes, but when you got a lot going on back to back, or you're always going out and you're always buying new clothes to go out, obviously you can see how that can drain your pockets really quickly. Number two is moving your money from your savings account or your other bills account to your checking account to spend that money. Now, we know this one is common sense. Honestly, this is just a reminder to stop doing that. I don't really know what to really tell you. I would go ahead and start making a budget before you even go out and telling yourself this is my daily limit. And when you're out, kind of thinking about your purchases a little bit more thoroughly, like, hey, do I really need this? This is eating up the budget that I set for today. Is this how I want to spend this money? Because I know for me personally, that's kind of how I get caught up with that one, is when I don't have any kind of budget or any kind of like, okay, limit for what I'm spending today. I will go out and just spend. And then I'm like, why was I spending that much? I didn't need to do that, right? Because a lot of it was probably unnecessary, or like food and drinks and stuff like that, which again is not horrible time to time, but you don't want all your money to, be going to that. The third one is spending money because you got it. Now, this is how you really stay broke even if you're making a good amount of money, aka you making money but it's not in your account, right? Because at this point you're just looking for ways to deplete your money, or you're just like going to that little backup file of all the things that you wanted, and like, oh, I could buy this now, and you're just going ahead and buying it. And it's better to use that little rule of thinking about it for a day or two, and seeing if it stays on your mind, if you really genuinely want this, if it's going to genuinely help your life or bring joy to your life, then go ahead and get it. But just because you got paid, just because you got a bonus, just because you got a raise, just because you started making money on your side hustle, just because XYZ, doesn't mean, oh, now I need to, now I need to just go buy frivolous things. Keyword frivolous. I'm all for, expanding your life to a life of luxury. This is not about, coming from a place of lack, but it is about preserving what you already have, and also just not being wasteful, and overall keeping yourself in a good financial situation no matter how much money you make. Yes, there will always be more. Yes, you are abundant, but no, we don't need to waste the abundance, right? Although I do think it is good to have a mindset of, more is always going to come. I always have more. This can bite you in the ass when you don't actually have more yet, right? Like when you have a set income, or, things pop up. The next habit, which I know gets us girls a lot, is buying multiples, especially for me, is like hygiene, like spa type of products. You don't need 5 body scrubs. You don't need 3 different hair products. Finish what you have first before you go and buy more. You don't need to try that new thing because it's trending and it blew up. Wait till, put it on your notes list, products I want to try. And then as soon as you're done with yours, you can go, move on and go and get that one. Otherwise, you end up with a hoarded closet or cabinet full of products that you quite literally wasted your money on and didn't even use, and could have used your money differently. Also, again, with the sustainability, we don't need all that extra trash when you go and throw away all that stuff that you didn't end up using. The next one is lack of planning ahead or being organized with your money. So like I said earlier, a bills only account. If you have a lot of bills or you have big bills, I highly suggest you write down all your expenses, your rent, your car payment, how much gas is every month, how much groceries are every month, extra money for, extra things that are, miscellaneous, and putting these things on auto pay from that account if you can, so that you're automatically, as soon as you get paid, putting that money aside for all your bills and all your, guaranteed expenses for your needs, so that it's there when it comes time for you to need to pay for it. Groceries, you need to get groceries or something, and you're like, oh shoot, I don't have it. Because the truth is, you probably do have it. You probably did have it. It just got wasted on something else. Another one is using credit cards. Now, using credit cards are very helpful for building your credit. I will say that. But what a lot of people don't tell you, or you may not have learned from your own family or your own parents, whatever, is that you need to pay attention to the interest rate. Because, baby, I just found out that mine is 31%. So basically, if you rack up a credit card or you spend money on a credit card, and while you're paying it back, they're putting that money back. So you're just spending money on basically nothing, right? You're not even making a dent in the debt, and then the debt's still there, and then it's holding your credit down, and then it's just looming over your head like a little dark cloud, right? So we don't need that. We don't need that. Now, pay later also applies to this. If you know you're good with money and you're gonna have it, and you really want to do something, use it, but you're trying to buy that $500 card on Shein for, a trip to Florida or whatever this spring break. Like, when that trip is over and you still getting charged, what, I don't even know how much that is, 100 something bucks, for like the next 2 months after the trip, your pockets might be hurting a little bit after that, right? Like, you keep getting paid and all your money's going out to pay for that after you now set money aside for your bills and savings, which we're getting into next, which is to have an APY account. Now, once I learned this, it really made sense for me when people talk about like having your money should be making money, because I always heard that and I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, how do you do that, like, aside from stocks and stuff? And honestly, it doesn't have to be that complicated. You don't have to have an investing account and be investing into stocks or have like a Roth IRA, but I would highly suggest finding a bank that has a high APY savings account option. And nowadays there's some that don't even require you to like put a lot in there for you to utilize, benefit from it having a high APY, which basically means while it's sitting there, it's accruing money, right? Like, whatever amount is in there, it's accruing a certain percentage of that money, so that your savings are not losing value by sitting there and not growing with the inflation, right? Because inflation is growing, like prices are going to go up. So if your savings are staying where they're at, it's losing value. Just like when you drive a new car off the lots, it depreciates immediately as soon as you drive it off and you start using it. Another one, and one of the most biggest ones, is buying food out and ordering DoorDash and all that. Just like all those trending videos are saying, oh, it's all in your head. All you have to do right now is this one thing. You're making stuff seem like it's a lot more work than it is by thinking it over in your head. I feel like that applies to going and getting food as well, like getting food delivered. Like, it's probably not that much work to drive down the street to get your McChicken or whatever. Again, planning and budgeting, you could save so much. Even though groceries are expensive, you still could save so much more money by going and getting groceries and having some sort of meal plans, some sort of like plates put together in your head, simple stuff that you can just make and then, eat it for dinner and take the leftovers for lunch. My cat is really not enjoying this door being closed. What else? Like, at this point, I'm thinking of stuff on the fly. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Honestly, this one's really simple and not directly related to spending money, but it's biting off more than you can chew when it comes to making plans. If you know you're trying to save money, you're not making that much to have a lot, to just freely spend outside of that and outside of all your needs and everything, you might have to temporarily just stay in the house a little bit more, like say no to certain plans with people, or try to make plans that are just a little bit more budget friendly. I can guarantee you, if you have the right people in your life and the right mindset and the right vibe, and you're, actively kind of searching for cute, fun little like date or activity ideas that don't require a lot of money, you can still have just as much fun as you were when you were over here blowing all your money, at Sephora, and then going to eat, and then going to get boba, and then going, wherever. Because at the end of the day, whatever you're saving up for is worth the short-term sacrifice, especially if you can still have fun either way. And finally, this is just a tip, but once you make these habits and you stand firmer in these habits and budget all of your money out for your needs and your savings and then what's left over for your wants, if you notice that there is not a lot left, this is where the real drive to change and chase your dreams, start a side hustle, whatever it is, will come from. When you get real about this and you start realizing, damn, I really don't have a lot of money for the things that I want. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to go on trips. And that reality check kind of hits you. That is where you can get a lot of motivation to really do what you got to do and lock in on a different stream of income or expanding your education in order to really put yourself in the position to live the life you desire, because you deserve it. And yes, you can manifest it. Manifesting, I feel like, starts you on the track. You'll start getting opportunities, you'll start getting ideas, you'll start being attracted to a certain, path or whatever that can bring you a lot of money. So I would start there, but at the same time, take action and put the work in to, get yourself where you want to be. But that is all I have to say today. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, lovelies.